What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a great day or night whenever you're watching this. I feel like CJ Stroud has really been putting on a show through his first three games. Yes, they're 1-2, but he looks like a franchise guy, and I think the Texans got a star at QB. I want to talk a little bit of what about I've seen in his first three games particularly, and what I think he could be doing down the road this season. Dude's been putting on a show. Let's talk about him. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you enjoy this kind of content, please like the video. But let's give CJ some love. When you look at what the dude is doing, he's balling with no O-line, like absolutely no O-line. It's nothing but backups playing on their O-line. Zero running game as a result of not having any of the O-line. Just so many injuries at that point, right? So you have a young QB who's got no protection, no running game, but he's slinging the rock and making plays out there. They upset the Jags 37-17 or whatever it was. They largely in part because CJ held in there. He stands in the pocket and he takes a shot. He can hit every window, every throw. I feel like he can make on the run, under pressure, in the pocket, getting barreled down on, can still let it loose. Particularly really good on those slants and those skinny posts and fitting it between the safety and the corner. Just stuff that you see out of like all-pro quarterbacks is what he's doing as a rook. Like through three games, you don't throw for 906 yards and 4 touchdowns with 0 interceptions at a 64.5% completion clip with that kind of pressure. Like getting barreled down on like that. That doesn't happen for rookies. Very few and far between. So to see him step up like the way he has, and really he's built a lot of rapport with guys like Tank Dell and Nico Collins too, particularly. You love seeing that out of a young quarterback because it's a lot of times they hit the ground and they getting buried, especially when the situation is bad. But he's making the best out of it. And I feel like we haven't seen a rookie QB come in with this kind of offensive line play and play this well. We just haven't. Dude's averaging 300 yards a game. Like, that's ridiculous. And you would think, okay, he's been sacked 11 times through 3 games, right? You're thinking he's under pressure all the time. He's got to have thrown a pick, right? He's got to have some turnover plays. He hasn't thrown a pick. I think he has 2 fumbles or something like that. That is going to happen when you're getting pressured as much as he is. But to have no picks while facing that kind of defensive attention is pretty wild. Pretty wild in my opinion. And to me, it just looks like a dude that just doesn't fold. And that's what you want out of your franchise quarterback. Somebody that's going to stand in there and he's going to make plays. He's going to move around when he has to. He has really good pocket presence and his awareness is nice. Like he threw for 380 in his second career game. You don't do that unless you got the stuff. You got the juice, you got the tools. That's CJ Stroud. Now, I think this next game against the Steelers tomorrow is going to be his biggest test at this point because O-line is still injured, and that might be the nastiest pass rush in the NFL. He's going to have to play against that. He's probably going to get sacked at least a few times, right? I would say to expect that. But I think you're going to find out a lot about him. Even you're going to find out what I'm already kind of seeing, where it's like he can take a shot. He's not scared. You can hit him. He's going to keep getting back up. He's going to stay the course. And this game could potentially be really, really close. I think this, because the Steelers offense, even Steelers fans hate their offense. There's opportunities there. There's opportunities there. They upset the Jags last week. Why can't they upset the Steelers? I wouldn't bet against it. I think it's very possible. But I think that game's going to be a lot of fun. But nonetheless, he's going to have his work cut out for him in that game to give his team a chance. But he's one of those players I think could do it. So if we're looking at his schedule, like kind of what is he going to play against the rest of the season? Just a few teams here that I kind of picked out. You have the Falcons, who have played some decent football. You have the Saints, who have also played some decent football. You have the Panthers, who have been sputtering. The Bucs have been all right. Then you have the Cardinals, who have kind of surprised everybody with how competitive they've been. You have the Jags again, who they already upset. The Titans a couple of times with a very poor secondary outside of Kevin Byard. So, and Denver, the team that just gave up 70 points. There's going to be a lot of opportunity here for CJ to make a lot of plays and to really build a strong rookie campaign and potentially win Rookie of the Year. I think it's most likely going to be between him and Bijan Robinson. Both are studs. Love both of them. And funny enough, they're going to play each other very soon too. But I feel like CJ has a lot of opportunity here to really take over and put his stamp that, like, I'm a franchise guy. I'm one of the premier QBs to come into this league, and you guys need to respect it. I think we're going to see a lot of that. There's no reason he can't throw for 4,500 plus yards and 25 TDs. Somebody's going to pick him off eventually, you would think. But at 3 games, no picks, that's impressive to me. He's throwing for 300 plus. He's throwing at a high clip, 64.5%. I think his rating is like a 98 or something. he's been good. He's been really, really good in a really poor offensive situation outside of having some talent at receiver with Nico Collins and Tank Dell. But the O-line's going to get healthy too, right down the stretch. I think by like week 5, they're supposed to have offensive tackle Titus Howard back, who he grades out as one of the better pass blocking tackles in the league. So that'll be nice to get that back at right tackle. Laramie Tunsil should be back any week now, it seems like. Now he's coming back from that knee injury. There's Juice Scruggs, who's a second-round rookie who's going to slide into center. They're going to get back next week. He's going to get potentially a premier left tackle in Tunsil back. He's going to get a trending in the right direction rookie, someone that has a lot of potential at center. And then he's going to get a really quality right tackle in Howard back. They got points all over the line now that are getting healthy. And he's already throwing for 300+ without that. So when he gets that back, I think it could be really explosive for this Texans offense. Ultimately, I think the future is just super bright for CJ Stroud, and I think through these first 3 games, because he's played some tough teams. The Ravens are tough. The Jags are tough. The Colts have been tough. They've been competing with these teams out here. So it's not like he's played the Panthers 3 times, like teams that just haven't won a game. He's put up good numbers. He's looked good. He's made all the throws. And it's just about putting it all together, getting the team healthy, and I think we could see a lot of fun stuff down the stretch for this Texans team. But all in all, what do you think of CJ Stroud so far through the first few games of his rookie campaign? What do you think the rest of his campaign is going to look like? Have you been impressed? Have you not been impressed? What do you like about him? What do you not like about him? I haven't found anything that I personally just didn't like. Everything about his game screams superstar, and I can't wait to watch it unfold over the next 10 to 15 years, health permitting, of course. But the dude looks really good. He looks really good. Simple enough, right? If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you enjoy this kind of content, please like the video. But tune into CJ Stroud, because you're going to see a lot of highlights, and you got a long, great career ahead of him. So I'm done. Peace.